I'm working on a coaching plan with Sarah to try to foster some more authentic discussions in my class, build some higher questioning from student to student rather than mostly teacher-led, which I feel like it is right now. In healthcare, right, you have to know how to take care of someone else, to respond to their need.
The goal is to work on discussion and cooperative learning kind of strategies in her class. So we're going to go in and measuring student participation in discussions, the level of thinking of their questions, and what kinds of questions they're asking. Do they contribute to a discussion, or are they kind of closed questions?
People who you have charted as like participated a lot and like a lot, very rarely do they participate to me.
So this was their
That's
group.
interesting.
Their group work,
Yeah.
right? So you have a good like team of students. I feel like with this,
Yeah.
that was a takeaway that I had. Like they are good with working together, even if they aren't all verbal, which is promising because that classroom culture helps set up the ability to have discussion.
Well, I'm excited to see some more data.
My goal was to just look at 8 or 9 kids, just figuring out when they want to participate, what their perception is of the participation, how they like to share, if they like small group or large group.
So looking at this interview data,
Yeah.
what do you like about it?
I guess I've never really asked them how they like to share.
What change would you want to make?
Modify certain discussions that already exist with adding the piece of writing it down before sharing it out. Like a think, pair, share, but instead of just thinking, actually writing it. If they're in different types of groups, maybe that would increase their comfort level. They get used to working with.
Now we have to set a really good goal. Powerful, easy, emotionally compelling, reachable, and student focused. Something that we can measure.
Will have an increase in their participation, in their class participation.
So you're at like 50% right now.
I would say like 75% or 80.
So here's what we've got. 80% of students will have an increase in class participation, specifically questioning and discussion, by the end of first semester.
Yeah, that I like how that's worded. How will you know that the preschooler has understood the message of the story?
What you do is you have them think about it, kind of gather their answer. Tess had them write it down, which is even better. And then they each have to talk to each other about it.
You got everybody's voice in the class to share out. And I also felt like your strategy for calling on people to share with the whole class, very different than the first data collection we did, where we were like only some people who felt comfortable with it. Everybody spoke, or people seemed fairly comfortable. So I think that was really successful.
Yeah.
We'll ask them and see how they felt.
In the beginning of the year, I came in and I was tracking everybody's participation to see how they participated in class. And I'm wondering if you feel any different about participating now in class than you did at the beginning of the year.
Some of us are not comfortable talking in front of the whole class, so when we talk in a small group, they could help us if we're saying something wrong.
That's the goal, right? That you feel like you're set because your group mates help you.
Like I'm like shy and I don't really talk much, but like I got comfortable with everyone and like I got to know them, so yeah.
This class has come a long way in the beginning of the year in terms of who's willing to share out the ideas and the complexity of what they're sharing out. So I'm excited because it was a very easy change on my end.